Hi, my name is Debra R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes so that you pay the right vendor. Now, this week's Vendor Master File tip of the week is, do you pay vendors via ACH? Why, yes, you do. Here is a Nacha bulletin that expands ACH file deliveries. So for those of you that are wondering, well, what the heck is Nacha anyway? Let me explain that really quickly on this slide. Now, if you watch my last video, it was also on Nacha operating rules. I explained there, but I'll do it again here as well in case you didn't see it. So Nacha, or who is Nacha, is the National Automated Clearinghouse Association. Nacha governs the ACH network with operating rules and guidelines. They actually don't process all of the ACH transactions. The Federal Reserve and the Automated Clearinghouse or ACH network does that. And speaking of those two, let's talk about the upcoming bulletin that Nacha has put out for what I think will be great for everyone. So the ACH Operations Bulletin, the number 2-2022, what this does is it adds additional late night ACH file deliveries to your vendor's bank. And they have expanded the delivery of the files to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time versus waiting until the next morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right? The next business day. And think about this, if that's Friday, then they're holding that file all the way until Monday. So the Federal Reserve, again, is the Federal Reserve and the Automated Clearinghouse or the ACH network. So the Federal Reserve will put that into place as of Monday, September 12th. And then the Automated Clearinghouse will do the same that very same week. They're just starting that Friday on September 16th. Now, you might be wondering, well, what the heck does that mean for me, for my organization? Even for your vendors. And so for your vendors, they can have better visibility, right? They normally have to wait until the next business day at 8:30 a.m. To see the transactions that have hit their account. But now, after these changes will go into place, they will know what their account balances will be at the opening of the next business day in advance. Now, this is really great for them over the weekend because they don't have to wait until Monday to see that your payment has gotten there. And I say that because one of the great things for you, and it's probably many more because I used to work on the payment side, and if pay files failed and we couldn't get it out in time, then that delayed the vendor's payment. But now the pay files will be sent at 11:30 p.m., that additional delivery, and so that will help on the pay side. But if we're just talking about vendors and preventing fraud in the process, one of the things that I say, or one of the fraud prevention tips or best practices that I typically tell organizations or clients that have very large payments, because everyone always wants to do the confirmation call before they make the change to the vendor banking. I always say also make a call after that payment is made so that your vendor can let you know that they have received the payment. That's one more step that you can catch fraud in case that payment or a fraudulent payment did go out of the door, and then that way you still have time to recover that with your bank. But your vendor now has more visibility or earlier visibility so that when you make that call, at 8 o'clock in the morning versus 8:30, because it won't be visible then, they will have access to see that. And so that's really what it means to you as far as fraud prevention and best practices to prevent fraud. but it could also mean more for those folks that process the pay files with those vendor payments. But this is what it means for the vendor team. All right. So if you would like more information on how to improve your vendor processes, please go to my website at debrarrichardson.com for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, regulatory fines, and just overall bad vendor data. So good luck, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday. Sorry, that's my phone. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week. And I'm going to go. I got to get the call. Thanks, guys.